Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We're about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty, half my age, at the crib, and I'm trying to get to it. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's all right. Don't even worry about it.
All right, tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink. Cause it look like you now.
One drink? All right, I can do one drink. Cause I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I'm going to say is we are sponsored by Go Green Recycling. Dudes in the garbage company doing great things. And one of the things I can say, I got promoted up to the VP department over there. So I've been VP at Calhoun doing VP work over there just as well. I'm growing their business. You know, a new promotion. But one of the things I'm trying to do is great things to the community. Not just what I do on the shows, things outside the show, and I'm constantly trying to get small companies to grow. So now I have the diligence to make sure that one grows. So check them out, our website, or check out my site, and you will see I'm doing great things for them, and I can do great things for you. Get that trash away from your home. Yes, over here at Go Green. Now, I got to get back to my man that's been rocking with me for over 8 years. He come in here each and every time with a smile. Graph-matic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Doing good, Jay.
Woo!
Life is good. Life is good. Moving in the right direction.
Man, I hate to throw you on the
Yeah.
spot, bro, but you sell cars, man.
Yeah.
Has this cyber thing affected you, bro?
Yeah, man. It has affected the industry and business.
Mm.
But I'm telling you, Jay, the Lord has
Push.
placed an anointing on my life, man.
You the man.
I mean, there's people around me, bruh, just complaining and complaining and sitting back worrying and, concerned about what's going to happen. And every single day, it's like the Lord just dropping customers in my lap.
Right.
Buyers, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? People writing checks for the cars, people who ain't sweating. So it has affected the business. It has affected our world significantly. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed in the midst of it all, man. So I appreciate you asking about that. It's a tough situation.
It's tough, but what I really like to say is like a lot of people is like, it's going to take everything down. We ain't going to be able to make things happen, and you still make things happen.
Yes.
So I'm just saying to the world, not just to put them on the spot. There's going to be a certain time where we are not for sure what we got to do. You got to anchor down and understand. It's still pen and paper. There's where you can write things down, still get stuff done. And again, he was blessed to know just because they did that don't mean I have to stop. They still showed up and he showed out.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's what's going to make America great. That's what makes you a better person.
You know what, Jay? See, that's the secret to life. Showing up.
Say it again.
Showing up. I'm almost on the notion that we really have very little to do with the outcomes of our life. It's based upon our belief. It's based upon all these different things that align, that support us and nourish us and that lift us up.
Right.
And all you got to do is show up. See, when you show up, you're facing fear. When you show up, you represent that positive attitude. You represent that overcoming spirit.
Preach it.
When you just show up.
Preach it.
And the Lord's going to take care of the rest. He's going to make sure that, the resources are there and the relationship is right. And that the enemy miss your path and et cetera, et cetera. And so, I'm of the notion now, man, it's not about me. It's about me showing up and he'll show out. You see what I mean?
I hope y'all hear what he's saying.
Yeah, man.
That's talking deep stuff right here.
It's a powerful lesson to learn. We all, Jay, me, you, Booby, we all been grinding our whole life.
Yes.
Grinding. Oftentimes thinking that we are the difference makers. And we do make a difference, but we can't put all that together. It's impossible for me, for example, to sell 20 cars in a month. And 15 of those people drove by 20 dealerships been working for the last 10 years to have good jobs and make a lot of money and have excellent credit. And they like the car I got. They're going to drive 40 miles to come see me. They're going to sit 3.5 hours to get it done. And I get all the credit. You see what I mean? So you can't put that together. Right. There has to be a supernatural occasion. There has to be something bigger than you happening for you to take, for you to be able to reap all of those harvests. And I just want to give praise where it's due, man. The Lord has just been blessing me.
Give it to the Lord.
He's just been blessing me.
Give it to him.
Blessing my life. He's been opening doors, bro, that it would be impossible for me to open.
Right.
I have yet to share it with almost anybody, but I've been invited to be a guest speaker for the National Black Chamber of Commerce.
Man, that's great.
And when I get to that stage, I'm going to tear it down.
They don't know who they invited. They don't know who they invited.
They don't know who they invited because I'm going to be a little radical. You know what I mean? I'm going to set precedent.
Come on.
And, I'm going to open their minds and hearts like the Spirit has blessed me to do so. So
Thank you, sir.
I'm just in a great place in my life, man. Listen, how are you doing, Smooth?
Man, let me tell you, every day is a challenge, but I am happy to go with these challenges.
Yes.
With Go Green and things I'm doing with them, and then things I've been doing with my own business. It's a constant battle to stay moving and pushing for more success.
Yeah.
I got some success. I'm always aiming for more, and I'm always pushing myself not to be not to be comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not a time to be comfortable, not just because of the war. It's because of me. I'm at war with myself.
That's right.
To be the best me. Not to be comfortable with what success I had and be like, yo, I'm good with this. No, every day I wake up with new challenges and then I face it. I'm not running from it. So with that alone, it seems like it's bringing me a source of energy with other people now.
Yes.
So now when I run into people, I don't automatically capture the ones that was like what I used to capture before. It's like they already know I'm putting no foolishness. It's you really talking about business, you just talk.
Right.
And I know the talk now. So I'm trying to see who I'm trying to line up with. What conversation I just got myself into. And I've been excusing myself to a whole lot of bull.
Yeah.
Who doing this information? Who's hot right now? I'm like, okay, that's cute. But that ain't putting no money in my pockets or yours.
Absolutely.
So I got to get back on my grind, talk about more things that I can align. But I won't tell you I won't talk on certain things and enjoy life. Right. You're going to enjoy it. I'm not going to tell somebody that they just on the foolishness all the time. My whole thing is I'm going to laugh with you for a little bit. I'm going to move on.
There you go.
Because I can't stay there. So it's a constant move.
Yeah, I think as you age, there's just a principle of life comes into play where the nonsense start to fade and the real stuff stay. And that's what you focus on, the real stuff.
I agree.
And I think a great way to introduce our show.
Yes.
This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
In the building.
And we are here to liberate your minds and souls with a great dialogue. We're just going to chop it up on the subject as we always do.
Yes,
and by the time we get down into the topic, you'll start to see some healing starts to happen.
Yes.
Some doors start to open, some new ideas start to take place. And that's where we need to get to in our life.
Yes,
most of the things that we are dealing with really is self. And sometimes you got to talk it out. And that's what we do here on this show. We like to think of it as somewhat therapeutic. Tonight's topic is mine versus yours.
What? Oh, Lord. Okay.
Mine versus yours. I know Jay got some interesting perspectives
the stories on this
on that one.
Yes.
And so we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. It's just our opportunity to be leaders here in the community, and we take pride in it, and we hope you enjoy what we bring tonight.
Yes.
Of course, we always start the show off with a prayer.
Oh man, hit him.
And I didn't know. Did you interested in the prayer?
Yeah. You know something? I'm gonna let you because again, you've been through a lot, and I know you stay in prayer.
Yeah.
And I've seen 9 times out of 10 you've been to touch somebody else, so because you already know what you went through without putting your business out there.
Yeah.
Just knowing you're a prayer warrior.
Yeah.
So please, anybody that need prayer and you want to reach out to Craft, you can't get them, hit me up because this man does so much for the community and y'all don't know.
Yeah.
He's into so much, and I'm not gonna just brag on him, but I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say he's my
Right.
brother. and I'm proud of how he stands. So again, there's been people in my life that said, man, can you tell Kraft to pray for this? And I really do reach out to him and ask him to do it because I know he has that talent and he wants to give it. That's not every day. And I know some preachers out there that does it. And I ain't saying he better than anyone else, but when he does it over me and my kids, I feel that. I feel it. I always felt it. And then I see the miracle happen.
Yeah.
And that's not me bragging. It's me being honest to give back something that this man gave freely, and I'm able to see my son home and with me when I had a situation when he wasn't.
Yes.
And it's just because this man did so much prayer. And then again, I had to let it go with God too. And I had to let him work. So he had to work on me as well because I always want to run and do it.
Right.
And sometimes I got to sit back and sit on my hands.
Right.
Because I can't do it all. And if you believe in him, then you got to let him work. And that's one of the reasons why I want to make sure I said it.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Jay. Let's just take it to the Lord then. Heavenly Father, we come into your presence just to thank you for all that you are, to thank you for who you are, to thank you for your strength and your peace, your understanding and your wisdom. We thank you, Lord, just for you being who you are. We ask, Heavenly Father, tonight that you would organize our minds to understand what is mine versus what is yours. We're asking, Lord, that you would give us the type of inspiration so that we would know what to cling on to a little more and what to let go of a little more. Give us an understanding, Lord, when we're in our space, how we treat others who are in our space. And when we are in others' space, how they treat us and how we need to respond to others' space. But show us, Lord, what truly is ours. Show us, Lord, what truly isn't ours. Show us how to operate between both sides of the equation so that we can get the most gravy out of life, so that we can be our best, we can respect the people around us, we can make sure we protect what is ours and be respected in our own right, in our own home, in our own life. Show us, Lord, where ownership lies in this life. And so we thank you for this inspiration. We thank you for this wisdom. We ask that you will be here tonight to do your good and perfect work. Speak through us as great host. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right. You do a lot now, bro.
Amen. Jay, as sometimes I always talk about clawing and prayer.
I'm hearing it as you talk.
You can hear it. You can hear me clawing, right?
And I hear you making momentum.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out. Sometimes you even got to figure out how to go to the Lord on certain subjects. And I wonder if anything is ours. I wonder if
it's all ball.
Perhaps is it all mine or is none of it mine? Right? So this is gonna be a unique conversation.
Yeah.
We've been out of the booth for a little while. I'm really interested to hear how this unfolds.
Oh, yeah.
How would you like to start us off, Jay? Mine versus yours.
I was in a situation.
And
the situation I was in, I can speak on quite clearly because in this situation, a lot of times I like to lead. Okay. And it's easy to say you're a leader, but you really have to do some things. And if you're a manager, that's not a leader. A leader leads and understand exactly where you're kind of going so you can lead somebody to a destination. Okay.
Okay.
So I like to say, and I was in a relationship, I'm in a leading role and I'm trying to build up to make sure she understands where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
And of course, I have a home. And at that time, I was trying to build another home.
Right.
And that person already had a home. So I'm at their house and I'm respecting their house as like I respect my home. And we setting up boundaries. So as we setting up boundaries, we're talking and I'm noticing, she's have no problem letting me lead, right? But when there was a situation or there became an argument, I heard conversation that made me feel different. So now all of a sudden, I'm in a position where I don't like to argue, first of all. Okay. But then I like to say, well, all do. I just don't like raising a voice and I don't like to get aggressive like that. That's because I've been through all that. And that's one of my boundaries. So when that person got upset, I noticed what made her get a little bit out of character is because I was in her home. And it's like you disrespecting my home. I didn't feel like I was disrespected. I would give her home the same respect that I give my own.
Right.
But to me, she's making me feel that way. But I'm hearing her tell me, you know, you this shit happened and she's going off. I'm being subtle. I listened.
What did you
I
do?
didn't respond. At that time, there's my phone always going off.
Your phone.
My phone goes off 24/7, bro. Because of business and everything else and the show and different people hit me up. And that person got jealous. And at one time, it was just like, okay, I know you're getting hit up, no big. But now all of a sudden, when we get a little bit more comfortable, it gets thrown in my face. Well, I keep seeing all these, and you can't be doing this in my home.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. Now it's, you know, we didn't ever designate who's what because I try to stay away from who's what because we share and we do things. But it's amazing when somebody's upset, they claim theirs quickly. Now, I was always refraining from it because I already knew I had one. And you know, feeling well, I got something to go to. You know, back then I didn't even have another, I had another apartment that my company paid for. So I always had resources and I always felt like I needed to. But what I don't like is when you feel like you're going to utilize yours to capitalize on the situation. No, it was just a conversation we could have just kind of had, squashed, but it became one where you felt like you could throw that at you.
So let me clarify. I just want to kind of regurgitate here what you just said.
Feel free.
It's pretty. I don't know if it's shallowness I'm hearing or an over aggressive protection.
I would tell you at that time over aggression.
Yeah.
At that time.
And so here's what I heard. What I heard was everything was going well. And then she realized that there may be some other women calling his phone.
And texting.
And so all of a sudden she was like, no, you can't have other women calling you and talking to you. And you can't be texting other women while you at my house. Wait a minute. Now you can't tell me who to talk on my phone to. I don't care if I'm in the government sector. I don't care if I'm in your house. You can't tell me who to talk to on my phone. And so that's a problem.
And it became
that's a huge problem. Yeah.
And now
That's over control, right?
it is, but at the time, I didn't even want to pursue it that way. You know me, I'm the kind of person that I want to hear you, and then I want to get back with you. The reason I want to give it a little time is because you're gonna get me in my feelings, and we're not gonna get anywhere. I want to give you a good reason or have a better understanding of what you're giving me, because at that time it was a negative energy. Okay, and I had not had that at that up to that time,
Right.
and I think it was a buildup. So when I got it, it was like a series of things, you know, and I'm getting it all at one time. So I already feel like I triggered him in a negative way. And now I got to deal with it.
That's a tough one, Jay. That's a tough one.
I know.
Because you could tell me that you don't want me to have an open beverage in your car because it might spill.
And you like your car and you like it clean.
Yeah, you could tell me that, you know, when I'm heating up food in your microwave, I need to make sure and cover it. You know, you could even tap me on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you dropped some crumbs on the floor. Could you please clean up your own crumbs?" But you ain't gonna tell me who I talk to and who I text on this phone. Now, I would imagine, just to dive into this scenario here a little bit, because it's quite an interesting scenario. There's a lot of dynamics going on here.
Yes, it is.
That, first of all, you ain't got no business inquiring about who I'm talking to on my phone. Am I right? Or am I wrong? Yeah. Now, it's one thing if I'm totally being disrespectful, but I think it's being disrespectful to me to be watching me and who I'm texting and who I'm trying to communicate with, because you don't know who that is.
Correct.
I'm just texting and talking. But if you in your feelings, or you just got mad at me a few minutes ago and all of a sudden now you want to start picking on me.
Right.
Well, I hope you ain't talking to no female, because I don't allow it in my house. It may be time to part your house, right? Because there's no way I have any authority to tell you who you should be talking and texting to. That's an overkill, right?
It is.
And it's an It's an effort to control one. It's an effort. It's kind of manipulative because maybe you wasn't saying nothing the first half of the day, but after you got mad, now you want to say something.
A lot.
And so you've changed, and just because you changed don't mean you have any more authority over me, right? You know, what's interesting about this conversation is that I think people have unclear lines of what's theirs and what's not theirs, right? I mean, it sounds to me like she was basically trying to mash on you and prevent you from being on your phone. And I think she thought that that was okay.
I do believe that too. What you got over there, Bush?
You got, Bully?
Well, you said the key word. People have a problem with what's theirs and what's not theirs. I think that people think that people are theirs.
Outstanding point. What we said, he liked the point. He said he thinks people thinks that other people are theirs. And that's major. I think that is the essence of every relationship, every
Right,
marriage that breaks up.
right. That's what created the biggest problem with that situation.
It creates the biggest problem. Yeah, because it's not about controlling Jay and his phone and who he's talking to. It's about controlling Jay.
Right.
It's about, no, I'm gonna make you get off of your phone because it makes me uncomfortable, or I'm gonna make you get off your phone because I'm gonna exercise my authority of my house.
Yep.
Right. What's mine? And
That's gonna be a problem.
that's gonna be a big
It's
problem.
gonna be a problem.
That's gonna be a big problem.
Now I have to look at you differently.
Yes.
I didn't treat this like this, but that's why I told you I took a minute to take that in.
Yeah.
Because I need to know where this aggression and where this is coming from before I can treat the symptom. I'm like, wait a minute. Is this really just the text that just came in? Is really my phone is just me and you feeling like I'm doing something.
Right.
And that's why I was
So
like,
you guess and it causes trouble.
yeah, and that's why I said I don't like to guess. I like to the root cause because she ain't playing. She's in her feelings.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a lot of emotions right now. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to play with the emotions. I just need to know the facts. And I'm gonna take a deep breath instead of just coming right back and attacking. I'm gonna take a moment and then we're gonna sort this out.
Right.
And now as I take the time to sort it out again, little time, things cool off. She back in that mellow state where, okay, you're right, baby. You know, you are the man, this, that, the other, right? But I sensed that it didn't go anywhere and it came back up shortly later. Okay. And it doesn't surprise me because I did not solve or made her feel that I totally changed what she wanted me to change. Hers, like you said, put the phone away. Don't answer. Okay, well, there was a time I didn't. If I'm getting texts left or right. I run stuff. So I ain't like that, but I said I'm gonna give her that, right? So then so you just can't answer your phone in front of me now?
Listen.
You can't. It's like I'm not winning here. You're picking and you're playing.
Right.
You know, and this right here is gonna cause me to get my feelings.
Yeah.
I don't want to get mine. But I don't want to give me all the way up to make you happy, to make me miserable.
Listen, I had a situation at work over the past few days, right? I get in trouble all the time for not answering my phone. Right? I don't know what the hell people are thinking when they call me or when they call anybody. But if you call me, I'm probably not doing nothing. I'm probably doing something. And if I'm doing something and I don't want to be interrupted, I'm not going to answer my phone. Because the phone doesn't control me. Just because you decide you want to talk to me don't mean I'm available to be talked to. And I'm talking specifically about management at where I work, right? So they in the middle of the day, they pick up the phone, they call me about a thing. My job is to be in front of a customer. It's rude to answer the phone in front of a customer.
Say that again.
So I done caught 2 managers in the past week popping off at the mouth saying, when I call you, answer the phone. You never answer your phone when I call you. And I'm saying, because I was in front of a customer. And then the last manager who said, I said, man, you know what? It's almost like y'all don't understand the life that I have to live out here. I'm in front of somebody and I'm not going to answer your call. Send me a text and I can respond as soon as I can. You know, if I'm on a test drive, I'm not going to answer the phone, even though I could answer it, but I'll answer a text message, right? So now I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to push those guys and basically say, Listen, you don't own me. You don't control me. If you got a message to get to me, you need to give it to me like I can receive it. But I can't receive your message while I'm in the middle of a sale because that's rude and it interrupts my flow. Right?
You don't gotta tell me.
I'm one of those things now, and you can see my energy already starting to increase.
right.
Right. So now I'm getting upset
Mhm.
because I'm managing your false expectations. Now I have to be aggressive to get you off of me
Mhm.
because your expectations was false in the first place. If I call you Mr. Manager and you're in a meeting with your boss or with your money maker, you're not going to answer the phone.
Nope.
If I come back to you later and say, oh, you'll never answer your phone, get on your butt, it's going to upset you, right? It's going to make you think that I don't give a shit about what you was doing.
Mhm.
Just answer the phone when I call. That's a problem. That's a controlling people type attitude.
Yes,
That's
it
a
is.
controlling attitude,
It
right?
is.
And I know that, when you live a life of sales, 20, 30 years in the game, you get what you want. You typically get what you want. But if you don't do it through charisma, if you don't do it through a quality approach,
Mhm.
then you upset your environment and you piss people off.
Oh my goodness.
I got a manager also who wants to teach you. He always want to teach you something. And he doesn't know he's years behind us. You're teaching me something that I performed out there all week long.
Yeah.
Right. But you got to open your mouth because you feel like you want to teach me. But he's not realizing that he's missing the mark. And he's upsetting the whole environment. Nobody likes to work with him because he talks too much. And he thinks that his words are more important than, he thinks that his words are more impactful to people than they really are. And they aren't. I did a small survey this week, and his words have very little meaning for those people. So he's now living in a fallacy.
Mhm.
And when he says the words, you guys aren't listening to me, you guys aren't following the instruction, we're always saying, dude, everything you asked me to do, I did 3 of those. Now I need you to come in and do something different, something new, something better. Don't try to use the same old racket to get the job done because every customer requires something different. How about this? Instead of you always telling me what needs to happen, because I done spent 2 hours with them already, you probably should ask me.
Thank you.
If you ask me how to close this customer, if you ask me how to get this deal done, I probably can tell you something that you don't know.
Mm.
But if you think you already know more than me, and I done spent 2 hours with these folks, you don't know she's hungry. They got a small child being babysitted. They having to call. They call. They got some extra time. They haven't pulled some money out of the savings that they're not wanting to do. He just lost his job. But yet I'm holding all this stuff to get to get the deal done. And yet you coming in with some nonsense, trying to be controlling and don't know what you don't know.
Facing.
Jay, I think this conversation of mine and yours comes to a place, it brings us to a place in life where you have to stand on your own truth.
Yep.
And not only do you have to stand for it, sometimes you gotta fight for it. It's like you would have to tell her, hey, you ain't got nothing to do with this phone. You need to step off of that. You don't even need to address it with my phone. You know what I'm saying? Why you addressing that? You create problems, right? So now you got to mash on her to get her off of you with her overbearing and controlling expectations. And I think that's what's happening throughout the entire world. Think about all your creditors. You think about all the people around you that you work with. It's like people are invading your space and you got to check them to get them out.
Yes, and not just that relationship. I would like to tell you that will help teach me to stand on my morals and my grounds and set better boundaries.
Right.
So really, since then, it just helped me. At that time, it really frustrated me. Okay, I was frustrated because I didn't like that. I didn't like how that was going down.
Right.
So now I don't get that frustrated because I'm more like you. I don't answer.
Right.
I got an assistant on my phone now.
Right.
So a lot of time my assistant pick up and everybody be like, well, I tried to call you, I couldn't get you. It is not like I'm super busy. I just don't want to be distracted no more because I got stuff I got to get done. And when I'm driving the truck and I'm doing something, I don't mind. Okay. But when I'm away from that and I'm trying to put my business plan together, all the stuff I'm trying to do, I don't need a distraction. I don't want to hurt your feelings. But if I don't answer, don't get mad at me. Be mad at your damn self because I can't take the time all the time. And when I get time, I will call you a lot of time on the weekends. I'm not available. I'll go out. I try to have a good time because I don't bust my butt all week long. I made sure the business was running. I made sure the bills was paid. Now I get some time. I can run out. I can kick it with my boys. I can enjoy life. And then they still want to call and talk to me all day. I don't have that. And I'm not doing that. So I might look down at my phone. I might not answer. And I'm not doing a whole lot then. But it's the fact that I have to get stuff done. And then I'll get with you later. Some people understand it. Some people don't. That's not my problem. If you feel like you don't want to rush with it,
That's not my problem. You don't understand.
you don't want to rush. You don't want to rush. And I get it.
I think that's so important in a conversation about mine and yours. It's not my problem if you don't understand. Now, I'm going to be empathetic. I'm going to, say it softly. I'm going to, back out. I'm going to say no, with quietly and say, hey, I really appreciate it, but I just can't today. You know what I'm saying? And then, if you don't understand, that's not my
Oh, yep. And that's what my problem was. I was carrying other people's burdens. I'm not carrying that burden.
What's this? If you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship and your spouse or significant other doesn't understand, do you have to own that?
I will tell you, I'll take some ownership in there because I'm in a committed relationship. I'm in that commitment. I want to make sure I have a good understanding and make sure I don't sacrifice respect because she might feel like I'm disrespecting by not communicating.
Right.
So I want to make sure I keep all that kind of in line, but I still got to keep my boundaries and my understanding of what I'm standing for. So if I have to make some time, and I will tell you, I had a situation where this person felt like they called me, I have to answer. Okay? They felt like, everybody else called you. So when I called, you got to pick up for me. Now, that made me feel uncomfortable again because why I have to just pick up for you? Even if you use my significant other, I'm going to call you when I have more time to talk to you. And I'm going to tell you why. I really get a little bit upset when somebody called me and they came and talked to me because they're doing something. But they call me.
They call me doing something.
Yeah. And they call me and they be like, oh, let me tell you about this. And they're telling me stuff. And I'm trying to listen if I can understand. It might not be for me to comment. But in the midst of it, they turn around, oh, I got to take this. So they ain't even done with what they had to say. So now at this point, I had to erase what they said out my head. Because, so then they call me back. Remember I said this? And I was like, not really, because you never finished. So I've been doing something else since then. Well, let me tell you. So then they're going back into it again. I'd be down before they finish again.
Interruption.
So another interruption. So I would tell them this time that, hey, you know something? Finish up with all you doing and then hit me up. Because
you wasted my time.
I can't keep remembering this little bit. It's like a drama episode and it keep getting these interruptions. And then when you finally hear the whole thing, it's gossip.
Right.
So it's like you taking up a lot of my time and I don't always have it. So yes, I'm to a point that I cannot indulge everything.
So watch this. Here's the point I was trying to get to. I think this is somewhat profound. If you're in a relationship and someone disagrees with you or someone doesn't understand why you do what you do, why you did what you did, etc., that to much degree, you have to take ownership of what they think. Talk about that for a second.
Okay.
You got to take ownership that they don't like it. They don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
They may not want what you want. And because if you act in any way like you don't care about what they think,
that's going to be a problem.
That's going to be a problem. It's basically, ultimately it's suggesting that I don't, that's your problem.
Yep.
You got to manage it on your own. And so now you're two bodies instead of one body.
Mm-hmm.
And no relationship will ever work that way.
No.
If your spouse is upset or your significant other is upset about something that you did, it behooves you to work through it until they get a full understanding.
Yes.
Right? It behooves you to work through it, and it behooves you to listen to their gripe, even if it just makes you nauseated. but you got to listen to it.
Yes,
Because you can't say, I don't care what you think.
Ooh,
So
man.
now you have to own this body of thought processes that potentially have nothing to do with nothing. They have no value. It's about jealousy. It's about selfishness. It's about they were already upset. And so they bringing that upset from the work problem that they had onto you. But whatever it is, you kind of are forced to care.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be taxing on the spirit. When you force me to care about something that I don't care about, you do damage to the relationship.
All day long.
You see what I mean?
All day long.
And I think that's so important when we're talking about mine versus yours, because in a relationship, your problem is my problem.
Okay.
If your problem is hurting your feelings or taking too much of your time or taking too many of our resources, then it's my job to kind of get involved and support. Now, I may not be able to bring the kind of support that you want me to bring, but I have to show some support. I can't act like I don't care.
Let's switch it up a little bit. In relationship, when I was married,
Okay.
you know, my ex-wife had the Lexus. I had my BMW. I always and still got BMW.
Nice.
Said I had it for a long time. And I always kept my car clean. She kept her semi.
Right.
But she would ride around with the kids. And, you know, they act like they miss their miles and everything. So her car wasn't always clean. So she was like, okay, well, I need to take the BMW. I had a work truck at the time. I said, all right, you take the car. Because you my wife. Yeah, I can't see what you can't. I share mine. I ain't got a problem. Don't let them eat my car. I had to say, hey, there's a her. She was like, well, they eat mine and this, that, and the other. Listen, they can't eat my car. All right? I don't even care if you eat my car. Because you're just using it. So it's already been cleaned out.
But Jack,
Just take the car.
you can't stop the mama or your children from feeding the
Yes, I can. I
kids
can.
when
Because
they're in your car.
she don't got to feed them in my car. We got a house. Okay?
And
And
at the restaurant.
they can eat at the restaurant. There ain't no reason for her to be that's in a hurry that she can't eat that restaurant. We got a good life that she can sit there and eat. So just her, she like to run. So she like to get McDonald's and now I got fries all over the dang on place. So to her, she clean out, but she always missed them. Now guess who clean out this stuff thoroughly? Me. Where am I find fries? Tartar sauce. And all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, instead of getting mad, I clean it all up. And then I got a reminder when it's time for her to try up hard again. Then listen, last time you didn't do so well. Okay? You can get it. But please understand, the more they drop stuff in between the seats and stuff, I'm smelling it later. I'm just wanting you to understand because she caught it when I detailed hers. And she loved how her car, it looked like brand new again.
But you don't
She said,
understand, Jay.
what I didn't understand, bro.
Jay, she left the house. Traffic was crazy.
Uh-huh.
When she got to the place that they took a little too long.
Mm-hmm.
So now she can't stop for lunch. She got to get the lunch while the kids in the car. So let them eat while she between destinations. And I know she don't want to. He gonna be mad about it, but he don't understand. I ran out of time. I gotta feed the kids in the car.
Let me tell you like this. When she did do it, she realized later how I liked my stuff frame. So how I know she cared for me, she made sure they didn't drop. She started giving them directions, okay?
Okay.
So, and then when she had to, she just made sure she did certain things where she didn't make a mess. Now, she was used to hers because that was her domain.
Yeah.
She did it however she wanted, and she knew I wasn't going to jump in that car, and I hardly ever did. But the few times I did jump in it, it's like, what the hell? We spent too much money for this car to look this way. All right? That's just me. So I'm going to make sure it's clean and detailed because we doing better than this. And I made sure mine stayed that way, even though I didn't drive it all the time. So when she drove mine, she seen how I kept it. So it wasn't me just getting on her. She just seen how I like to keep things. I always felt like if you own something, take care of it. She didn't have the same concept because hers was different. This car just gives me the A, B, and C. It don't even matter. That car costs too much money for you not to care. So my whole thing is to show concern and care, but we can keep it going long term. You know, engine light come on. I need to know immediately. I need to know. I don't need to see no red lights. I don't need to see no oil stains. I don't want to see none of it. That car going to the shop is going to get fixed or I'm going to trade it in. Period. I'm not putting up
Right.
with something I don't need to, but I notice people take care of things their way. And their way might be totally different than yours because she catered more to the kids.
Yeah.
I ain't catering to them. They're going to learn me. This is where they learn the difference between mom and dad. Dad ain't putting up with this. You stay in my house and don't make your damn bed. I won't be upset. When I get up, I'm not going to wait to see you make your bed. But if I get home and your bed ain't made, I'm going to have a problem because that's the first mission when you wake up is to make your bed. Then you got to set the rest of your stuff off, go to work, handle the things. But to sit around, bed ain't made, you ain't doing, use a lazy ass at that point.
And listen,
And I'm
some of those conversations are based upon personal preference. And we
Right.
see that with husband and wives and spouses all the time. Listen, I like to leave a plate in the microwave.
Okay.
And you know, and so I don't want you to get upset because I didn't, you know, because I left the plate in the microwave. That's how I like to do what I like to do, right? And but here's the thing, that if I happen to leave it there too long, somebody might get upset about it, right?
And I'll give you an example for that one.
Yeah.
Down here in this room, I was smelling something for the longest.
Okay.
My son came down here, put a plate in the microwave, and forgot about it. It was there for weeks. Not in some all the time. I'm thinking it's in trash.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's this. It's a plate sitting in my microwave.
Right.
This, and I couldn't figure out where the smell come from. So I'm cleaning. I got a person come over so often and cleans down here, out there. I thought it was out there, wasn't out there in my pool room. It's in here. So I'm like, did something die in this bad boy? And I just can't find it because I can't take that.
Exactly.
I like to have stuff clean and right. And I'm not an OCD type dude. But I was looking at the trash can, looking all around the trash can, and my mom says, "You check the microwave?" Now remember, it's a black-faced microwave. You can't see nothing. Nah, I ain't ate down here forever. So I'm like, Mom, no. And I opened the door. Smell like a mug. Food dang near moldy. Forgot all about it. And that's what I'm saying. You know, if he was thinking about, you know, all what he did, he would remember he did it. But he forgets a lot. So that's why I say it. Principles, small things lead to a lot. Now, he might feel like it's my house. I'm setting all the rules up. It's also setting the rules up when you get out my house.
Yeah.
That's when somebody can appreciate the fact you are clean and yeah.
I think what's important about mine versus yours is to set realistic boundaries. And when you set realistic boundaries and communicate them effectively,
Mhm.
then you don't have to be as concerned about how people feel.
Say it.
Be concerned how they feel in the beginning. And once you set the boundaries, then you don't have to be concerned about how they feel because the rules will determine how they feel.
Come on, man.
Right? We are out of time. This has been Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth J. And we want to just thank you for being here with us tonight. We're here every Thursday from 7 to 8, Facebook Live, every other major platform. Please like, share, subscribe, continue to contact with your friends and family. And never, ever forget, folks, that we do this because we love you. We appreciate you. And with that,
We are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.